Hello, my name is Ben Trin. I am a Principal Program Manager at the Microsoft Azure Customer Advisory Team. Last week over at the SAPphire conference, I had the opportunity to highlight a few of the key features offered by Azure Infrastructure as a Service for the SAP workload to a small set of customers. And now, this week after coming home, I would like to record the same session for those who didn't make it to SAPphire last week. The last couple of years, we picked up very good momentums in terms of customers wanting to go from their on-premises deployments onto Azure with the SAP workload. And partners alike, we work very closely with them in making sure that their and our customers experience in their migrations from on-prem to Azure is a smooth one. And these customers come from many different industries, retails, manufacturing, high tech, etc. And the majority of them actually come from the any DB platform. In other words, they are currently running Oracle DB2 SQL Server on premises. They would like to go to Azure in some ways and fashions. We will talk more about that, those migration possibilities in the next slide or two. Now, partnering up with SUSE, we made a number of different OS versions available in the Azure Marketplace. There, over here, you see primarily there are two groups of OS images that you can use to deploy your SAP VMs. The first group does not have the notations of BYOS, which means bring your own subscriptions. If you deploy a image from the first group, the metering rate would be a bit higher than the one with BYOS notation, because the licensings and the support fees are included within the usage of the VMs when you choose one of the images in the first group. Now, if you already have an existing arrangement with SUSE in terms of licensing as well as support, you should select the images in the BYOS group. The reason I want to stress that for you is because once you deploy it with one types of OS, you cannot convert without redeploying the whole VM over. All right, so be careful of that. Now, I spoke about the possible migration path earlier. You see on this slide, there are a number of different possibilities from left to right. If you're running ERP on any DB on premises, you could take an interim step of keeping your ERP applications on any DB and move to Azure. Later, if you are ready, and also that S4 HANA has the application feature sets that you need, you can migrate from that interim step on Azure onto S4 HANA on Azure. For those who would like to take advantage of SAP HANA in-memory capability with the ERP application feature sets that you do have today on premises, you can go from on-prem to Azure with ERP on HANA or Suite on HANA. And later, when you are ready, you can go from that interim step onto S4 HANA on Azure. And there's yet another group of customers who would like to either re-implement what they have on premises onto S4 HANA on Azure directly without going through the interim steps. They can do so as well. So we see these are the few possible migration paths the customer currently experience. In terms of compute engines and scalability range, we do have a number of virtual machine families that you can choose from. Those who denote are labeled NetWeaver certified, NetWeaver HANA certified, etc. Those are the VM families that we go through testings and certify them with SAP that you would get support for production workload. There are some VMs that we listed here that are actually meant for other workloads like high performance computings and graphics intensive applications. For your SAP workload, you should stay within the families of virtual machines that are certified for SAP. Now, when you grow beyond the scalabilities of our virtual machines, we do have something called hardware as a service and oftentimes referred to as HANA large instances. And we have a range of those machines that have been HANA certified that you can use for your production SAP HANA workload. More specifically, we have those small machines from 2 CPUs, 14 gigabytes in memory to run a small instance of application server or the SAP central services. The larger VMs, 128 CPU and 3.8 terabytes, up until last week was the largest M series machines that we had for you to run your SAP HANA. This week, as of May 13, 2019, we have released our 6 terabyte virtual machine, generally available, certified for SAP HANA. Okay, so you can use that machines that we announced in the week of SAPphire for your production workload as of today. And our 12 terabyte machines, 416 VCPUs, VM, will be available in about 3 to 4 months. And it will be certified for HANA right out of the gate. I spoke about HANA large instances, the physical machines that complement our VM series. These machines we have currently up to 960 CPUs and 24 terabytes of memory. So as you can see, we have a tremendous range of scalabilities when it comes down to your SAP workload sizes. And pictorially, you can see in the y-axis 900 CPU count, and then on the horizontal x-axis, the amount of memory for each one of the VMs or HANA large instance has. And the blue shaded VM scalability range has just increased, like I described to you earlier, into 6 terabytes and 12 terabytes, which will be has been generally available as of May 13, as well. The 12 terabyte will be available in a few months. And HANA large instances are available today up to 24 terabyte, 960 CPU. Now, when it comes down to availabilities of these services, there are different ways that you can configure your virtual machines to reach different targets of the SLA requirements. For example, if you have non-production SAP workload and when the availability requirements is not as strict, for example, 3 nines, then you can today deploy a single instance virtual machines with the premium storage. You will be guaranteed 99.9% SLA from Microsoft. When you have even higher availability requirements, you can configure more than one virtual machines inside an availability set. That way you can reach 99.95 availability. In case that you need to protect your application services and VMs resources, at a higher availability target with availability zones. It helps you protect application services against a zone level failure. For example, the data center uh, failure in case of power outage in the entire data center. Your application services and VMs um, can continue the application services in a different zone. So that level of protections is also available. Now, when it comes down to disaster event like a major flood or fires, taking out services within an entire zone, you can configure services in a remote region hundreds of miles away to protect your application asset in your primary region. Okay, so it is a disaster recovery arrangement that you can deploy. So these are all available mechanism in which to ensure service continuities for your applications. With SUSE, the way that we implement and meet strict high availability requirements is to leverage SUSE's integrations with pacemakers and their development on the ability to take over services from the failing node into the healthy node, etc., package into the something called an HAE, high availability extension. When you select the SLES 12 whatever releases for SAP types of OS images, this HAE component is packaged into that image. All you have to do is activate the SAP tune profile for high performance settings for HANA database and leverage the softwares and facilities inside HAE offered by SLES or SUSE. Then you can configure your automatic failover arrangement for application components like the central services or HANA system replications. And there are other components that can provide other functionalities related to failing overs and fencing off the failed node. That is the functions of the SBD that is also supported within SLES. And the Azure NetApp Files is a NetApp offering through the Azure Services platform, whereby NetApp will provide the capability to share storage volumes across multiple nodes to facilitate the configurations of a highly available cluster of SAP application services. Now, the alternative to pacemakers and NetApp Azure NetApp Files is that customers can also leverage a third-party package by SIOS. It's called Protection Suite for Linux. SUSE also support that if you are interested in working using that instead of the other means that I described earlier. Our strategy, Microsoft's strategy in providing you the services is to have capabilities so that you can leverage Microsoft Power BI and Microsoft Logic apps so that you can connect directly to where your data is, namely the ERP database, the BW database, or SAP HANA, databases, so that you can derive business insight leveraging Power BIs and other analytic tools made available on the Azure platform. From a compute standpoint, as I described to you earlier, we continue to grow the scalability range of our virtual machines. At the same time, we also grow the large instances scalability so that we can cover the ever-growing database and business informations of your businesses. Okay, so that is in general our strategies in offering services for SAP running on Azure. This is the SAP HANA certified hardware directory. You can reach that directory by the link that we provided here. This page lists all of this Azure and SAP certified virtual machines that runs SAP HANA for the various purposes, scenarios that describe on the right-hand column. That will make your SKU selection easy by looking at this directory. So last but not least, we also include links to a number of representative documentations to help you understand and plan and migrate from your on-premises SAP landscapes onto running SAP on Azure. Now, first off, I would like to thank you for listening and watching this video. And we also have a lot of other tutorial and informational types of videos recorded on that share, the YouTube shares that you see listed there. At the same time, if you do like to be notified when new videos is recorded and released, I would encourage you to click that subscribe button, and you will be informed when we have new information up onto that Azure SAP on Azure YouTube channel. All right, so I bid you goodbye here, and thank you for watching.